for the bite work, you're just assessing the dog, what they have genetically, and going from there. Some dogs will excel in bite work, others that may not be as strong. It's very easy to exploit their weakness and completely shut a dog down, so you have to be very cautious and very technical when it comes to the application of bite work, especially for many different dogs, for many different breeds. If their prey drive isn't well, you have to be able to push certain buttons at a certain time in order to make the dog overcome the adversity that they're feeling. So we can do any of that. We'll do an evaluation for protection, for bite work. I have a suit, and I also have like IPO stuff, a sleeve, rags, and things like that. So if you want to do bite work, kind of think of like what you want your dog to, the end state of the dog to actually be able to do. If it's compete in IPO, then that's fine. And also for the obedience portion too, if you want your dog to be evaluated. The evaluation is for us to see the temperament of the dog and be able to give you a better idea of how far we can go in what amount of time. So if the dog has a lot of baggage, it may take a little bit longer. If the dog is scared to death of people, it may be a week before they even start eating food from someone's hand. So it's just things like that that we're going to be assessing, and just anything past that, for after the evaluations, you can talk to Angel and she'll be able to tell you what we offer, where we can meet, and the next step.
What about the age?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't.
Or are you talking about, well, for bite work or protection, it doesn't matter. What I will say is that there's certain things in bite work that shouldn't be introduced until the dog is more mature and able to handle these things. But the most important thing, whether it be protection, obedience, or tracking, is laying a solid foundation for the dog, making them confident, because that's how the dog learns, through confidence. So if we can establish a foundation that allows them to be successful, then we can take that and use in every aspect of training to teach a dog to do anything we need.
Is there a certain age you prefer to start with the dog?
For bite work? Or
for obedience?
For obedience, you can start as early as you like.
That's it.
But it needs to be done in a fair manner.
Yeah.
So you can't just buy a dog at 10 weeks old and start correcting them and doing all these things. So that's what we're here to do. We'll give you an evaluation, and then we'll work with you and your dog as far as the next training steps and how to train your dog to that point, because for every dog it's going to be different. So
congratulations on the Malino training. It was amazing.
Yeah.
But how long it will take to reach the dog to this level?
It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of repetition. Some of it's on the dog, but the majority of it is on whoever's training the dog. It's the same thing in bite work. Your dog's only going to progress as good as your decoy is. So understanding the methods and the methodology, like the theories behind all this.
So it basically depends on the dog mainly, and
What's that?
it depends on the dog mainly, and then how will the work with him?
Choosing a good dog, yeah.
Yeah, you should choose exactly.
As much as you can, yeah.
Okay.
But then again, sometimes you can only find out about life. So depends how old when you buy your puppy.
Okay, people who want to reach you and evaluate their dogs and start training, how could they?
They can contact us. We will put down the numbers where they can have access to speak to someone in English or in Arabic or in European language they need to find information about the training, the bite work, obedience and bite work. And we're doing also social training, agility, everything that makes the dog confident. So to get the dog point, what you guys see today, there's a lot of things like Zane, he said, underneath that word, that's not only obedience, it's a lot of things. It's training the dog to be social, whatever he is, like the dog wasn't looking at the people standing here or at the boys screaming behind the fence. So that's because the dog has been desensitized to all those environments. So it's very important that when you're trying to make a good dog, you go through all these little steps to make the...
Okay, what kind of training and do you provide it if... what's most suitable for a home dog? You know, like a regular house dog.
Yes.
What do you recommend?
Social training is important.
Yeah, I would say social training is the most important, and it's going to vary for every person based on their way of life. So one thing that I usually get from clients is people who have kids, they want the dogs to sit at the door while the door's open and stuff, so the kids don't just open the door and the dog takes off, or going downstairs, the dog doesn't knock a kid down the stairs. So it's just whatever you want as a pet owner is what we can provide. So it's going to be tailored towards every specific individual household for the dog and for what your needs are.
So each and every individual can come and speak to you and know, and you know the exact needs of his house and children and everything, and start the tailored training, as you said.
Yeah.
Very good. So I know everyone will ask, so I'm saving you a lot of time.
Yeah.
What is the prices? A lot of people, you know.
What are the prices?
Yeah, like do you depend on the period?
Yes,
Do you depend on
so
faces?
It depends. It does depend.
Yeah.
So if we're doing a social program coupled with obedience, there's a certain price for it. It's all custom tailored to like Zaini said, we're doing customized.
So it's
programs.
better to bring the dog and evaluate.
And then we can give you yes.
Thank you very much,
I will
trainers.
always try to do our best when it comes to.
I'm sure after what we've seen, I'm sure. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions?
Just your contact number.
Okay. You can contact.